Hey, what's going on, everybody? Who be 186 back again with another video. How you guys doing this evening? Just give me one moment. I'm trying to do something. Hold on. Okay. All right. So how you guys doing, man? I wanted to do this video. There's a lot. There really is. There is a lot to talk about, but I don't really have the time to do it. But this topic is something that I want to talk about because you know I want to talk about this because there was a guy on here named Musclebound Gaming Gamer, or known in short as MBG, excuse me, MBG. Sorry. Um, he made a video in which he pretty much, he talked about, his gaming and stuff like that. And how he wanted to, go to PS4. Let me paraphrase what he was trying, what the video that he was making. Pretty much what he was saying was that he wanted to play games regardless of brand loyalty. You know what I mean? Like he just wanted to, all the hyping he's been doing with the Xbox. And this dude is an Xbox gamer through and through. But obviously with his opinions on the Xbox brand over the years, with him, hyping up games that he's really not that interested in, he pretty much came to the conclusion that he wanted to diversify his YouTube channel. Right, he wanted to play more PlayStation games, talk about PlayStation. He has he I've been following him for a little bit. He does talk about PlayStation. And I think you obviously have some videos that are more positive than others, but ultimately, I subscribe to him because I respect his opinion. Now, but ultimately, he feels like he needs to buy a PS4 because he wants to experience some of the games that he hasn't had an opportunity to experience for whatever reason, right? You know what I mean? I'm sure most of you guys who've seen the video and all the other stuff. So that's pretty much what he wanted to do, right? And listen, at the end of the day, I applaud people who want to diversify their gaming and stuff like that. Like take me for example, right? Couple years ago, I'd probably say about we're almost at 2 years now. 2 years ago, I bought my Xbox One. Now, obviously, for those of you who know me, I'm primarily a PlayStation guy. I make no bones about it. I don't make it a secret. I'm not ashamed of it or nothing like that. I just, when it comes to gaming, by and large, I prefer PlayStation. Now, and over the years, I've owned Nintendo consoles, and this is my first Xbox console that I bought, and I really like the console. Now, obviously, I still pay my PS4 more, but I like my Xbox. You know what I mean? Like I will never let whatever brand loyalty I have for Sony keep me away from great games on any platform. If the platform's worth it, and I deem the Xbox One worth it, at least for me. I know there's some people who watch this who don't agree. That's just my opinion. Right? I prefer, obviously I prefer PlayStation, but I like the Xbox One. Right? If a game comes out for the Xbox One, I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm gonna buy it. You know what I mean? I'll talk about that a little later too. But pretty much what MBG was saying was, he just wanted to talk about games that he actually wanted to play. And to me, that's what I got from it. Now there's some people who kind of took his video a certain way, another way, and I'll discuss that in a little bit. But ultimately, I don't have a problem with what he's doing. I know he's been kicking the idea around for a couple days. For the past few videos I've seen of him, he's been kicking around the idea, and ultimately, like I don't blame him for it, because at the end of the day, we're all gamers at the end of the day, right? We may all have preferences, but that doesn't mean that we should let our preferences, deter us from playing games on other platforms. Now let me do the screen sharing real quick. We're gonna hop on Twitter. All right, let's turn it down. We're gonna hop on Twitter. Okay. All right. So you see this tweet here from Dealer Gaming. Now, before I go in on this man, let me say this off rip. I don't believe that this dude he like obviously he doesn't only talk to Xbox guys. He's not. I wouldn't necessarily consider him like a diehard Xbox dude. Not to the level of a crap gamer or mooch or whatever. Even though he's lied like them before. Well, I'm not going to sit there I'm not going to put him in that same realm because unlike those two guys and some other people on YouTube and Twitter, he'll have conversation with PlayStation guys. He doesn't have a problem with communicating with people who own different platforms. But I would be lying if I said that this tweet wasn't suspect. Now, let me you guys can see it here. If you guys can't really see it, or you're just listening, let me read it. Let me read it out right now. I respect the Xbox guy. I'm sorry, there's a noise in the background. I apologize. I respect the Xbox guys and Xbox centric YouTubers that talk about what they enjoy despite the bullshit. Some run and hide because they get called names. Some switch sides because it's much easier to grow or profit. Others stay true to what they enjoy. Shout out to you guys. Now, it's pretty clear. Like, he can deny it all he wants. It's pretty clear that he's talking about MBJ. It's clear. He's clearly talking about him. Now, my opinion on stuff like this, and this is not the first time I've seen this happen when it comes to Xbox dudes and PlayStation dudes for that matter. Whenever a guy identifies himself for liking one brand and then he decides to switch, then you have people who will go at him. Dealer normally does he'll normally do the shots that he takes. He'll normally do it subliminally, so he won't tag you or nothing like that. That's what he does. And listen, this is not the first time he's done it. He can deny it all he wants. That's what he does, right? My opinion on this is very simple. Why does it matter to you guys? Why does it matter? Isn't he did not say in the video that he was completely going to PlayStation and fuck Xbox or anything like that, right? There's not a situation that is similar to what happened with Iron Wolf. For those of you who don't know, Iron Wolf was a huge Xbox guy the first couple years. Then the crack started to show, and he decided to go PlayStation. Now I think he's more now neutral now, which is fine. I don't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? But he kind of in his situation, he pretty much put a flamethrower to the community, and that obviously I think that played a big role, and a lot of dudes shitting on him. But at the same time, you tell me that dude would have gotten shit on regardless. As hard as he went for the Xbox brand back in the day, like that dude would have gotten criticized regardless. You see, with a lot of these Xbox fanboys, and I've said this in the past, and this holds true, you know, even to this day. The most hardened of Xbox dudes, the some of them that I've encountered with, they all own PlayStations. The difference is that owning a PlayStation is fine. It's admitting that you like it is the issue, right? This is what Iron Wolf dealt with. This is what a guy who I know, John Place on Twitter, he dealt with this. Bella Rise dealt with this. You know what I mean? There's so many people on here. There's so many Xbox dudes on here who are upset at MBJ. Oh, I keep calling MBJ MBG because he decided to pretty much play games on the PlayStation. That's pretty much why they're upset about this. And this is clearly a shot. This is obviously a shot from Dealer Gaming, right? Who apparently, obviously you see at the bio, he's an Xbox centric YouTube personality. You know what I mean? But he owns a PlayStation. So why does this tweet exist? Mere hours after MBG made the video. Clearly, because at the end of the day, he doesn't like the fact not necessarily that he bought the PlayStation, because like I said, Dealer apparently owns a PlayStation also, is that he likes it a lot. That he wants, that he's craving to play those PlayStation exclusives. That what upsets him. So if you scroll down, you have some people, saying some things, and obviously King's Blood, shout out to him. Like, and his opinion is similar to mine. Switch sides. Like, I mean, we're like, this mentality, this fanboy, this console war mentality is so weird to me because ultimately, you know, and it's not just him that does it. And actually a lot of you know, like Xbox dudes who I like a lot, who have the same mentality of like having, of side, like the whole notion of bleed green and stuff like that. To me, that stuff is weird to me. Like, because at the end of the day, like, it's just video games. It's not, it's nothing serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, it to me, that notion doesn't make any sense to me. Right? Let me scroll down a little bit more. All day trolling, obviously. Shout out to him. And, Shady AF. I think he's talking about Dealer. Um, let me see. Let me see if I can see some of it. Obviously, Showstopper, corporate slavering ass agrees with him. The loyalty to the greatest. To me, like, what is there to be loyal to? Like, what is there to be loyal to? Like, I mean, it's a fucking box. I'm not gonna be loyal. Like with my PS4, right? I'm not loyal to my PS4. I use it because it has games I like on it. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, I can't have the Xbox in the room. Like, my Xbox One is right next to it. It don't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, this whole notion of being loyal to a brand is weird. It's one thing to like a brand. It's one thing. Right. It's one thing to be loyal to a brand, right? It's one thing to like a brand, but to be loyal to the brand like that, to me, that seems weird to me. Let me see what else. I had this dude, Mr. Gerbster. He says brand loyalty is a trap. Give me experiences. I want to give you money. Transaction complete. They compete for us. We don't compete for them. Much respect, though. And I agree with him. He's right on point. Like, they should be competing for for our dollars, right? Not the other way around. We shouldn't be competing for them. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're not being paid by them. You know what I'm saying? And if a guy feels like the console that he prefer isn't giving him the satisfaction he needs, then if we want to quote switch sides, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Like, I know a couple dudes on the PlayStations who like, okay, for example, Mark Woodland, who's a dude I know on Twitter. He switched sides multiple times, and I've always told him, like, for one, I told him, listen, it doesn't matter what console you prefer. Like, me and you are cool. Like, I don't have any issues with him whether he likes his Xbox or a PlayStation or whatever. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm not following him because he's a PlayStation gamer or an Xbox gamer. Because he's a gamer. That's all I care about. And same thing with a dude I'm cool with, not Mike P. The Truth. Like, this dude, when I first saw him, he was a PlayStation guy. I mean, he was a PlayStation guy, but for whatever reason, he felt like the PlayStation wasn't giving him what he wanted, so he pretty much converted into being an Xbox gamer, right? And I'm still cool with him to this day. In fact, the funny thing is that me defending him is the reason why me and JTech are not cool right now. You know what I mean? And cause to me, I don't care. At the end of the day, like, the funny thing is this, right? The reason why I'm not cool with certain YouTubers and Twitter people, like, you look at guys like Crap Gamer, Mooch, JTech, there's and a slew of Xbox fanboys who have me blocked on Twitter. The reason why I'm not cool with those people is because those dudes are divisive or divisive. You know what I mean? They can't handle criticism. They're all pussies. But most importantly, they're all divisive people in this community. People who will block you if you like, if who will criticize you, who will block you, who will do all these things to you just because you prefer one platform over the other. Right? They can't have a conversation with you, over a topic, whether it's crossplay, free to play, whether it's talking about individual games, policies, all that stuff. They can't have a conversation with you, a one-on-one conversation. Now, obviously, on Twitter, most conversations lead to pretty much fuckery, but there are certain people out there, and I'm one of them. Hold on a second. Devil Shooter 126. Hey, guys, are going, man? Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm not cool with him. I don't like that dude because he's one of those people. Right? He's one of those divisive people that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like I said before, like guys like Tim Dog, I'm cool with him because at the end of the day, like if we argue or disagree, whatever, at least he has the balls to talk to me over video games. Even though I'm not this huge Xbox gamer or nothing like that. I own the Xbox, but I'm not. That's not my preferred platform. Me and him can still have a conversation. Same thing with me and E-Rock. I disagree with most of the shit that E-Rock says. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like we can have a conversation over gaming, and actually, gaming wise, we actually have a lot more in common than we have differences. The only difference is he prefers one platform and I prefer the other. That's it. You know what I mean? Like there are certain Xbox dudes who I'm cool with, even though I don't agree with their opinion on certain things. Why? Because at the end of the day, one, I can respect your opinion, and two, no, 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 no. I'm not cool. I'm not cool with JTech. No, I'm not cool with him. No, no, no. Let me reiterate that. I'm not cool with him. The reason why me and him are not cool, and I'll do this real quick. The reason why me and him have beef is because when he first started the Sony Legion, he was making these emblems for people for PlayStation guys, and I thought that was cool. And before I was gonna ask him, hey yo, can you do one for me? He had a dude who I also knew named Mike Be the Truth. He asked for one, and J Tech was like, "No, you can't have one. You're not. Something about you're not loyal or you're not committed or whatever, right?" And I called him out on it. And in fact, he actually invited me to a live stream, but I couldn't make it because I had a situation I had to deal with. I couldn't make it, but to come to find out, I go back on Twitter to tell him, "Yo, sorry I couldn't make it. Whatever, we can talk. Whatever." When another time, he decides to block me on Twitter. You know what I mean? That's why me and him are cool. And he'll unblock me once in a while and send me stupid shit or whatever. But it is what it is, right? So like ultimately like that's the reason why I'm not cool with some of these people, right? And I don't think Dealer Gaming dude. At least I don't think he is. But you can't tell me that tweet isn't about MBG. It's clearly that's what it clearly is about. And this whole thing about switching sides and shit, like I'm like that's just lame, man. Because at the end of the day, like it's just video games. Like it's not. This ain't fucking. It's not turf war. It's just fucking video game. That's all it is. Let me see if I can see some others. Let me see. I mean, you have some Xbox dudes who are praising him or whatever. It is what it is. Like nothing I can do. There ain't nothing. There ain't nothing that you can do about it. All you can do is just ignore it. All right. So let me look at this other tweet because I am going to talk about Mike in a second. Who I'm cool with. Like like I said, I don't have no beef with him or nothing like that. I'm cool with him. But this is something that I have to kind of get on him about. Let me see if I can find a tweet. 'Cause, let me see if I can find it real quick. Hopefully he's not following any porn or nothing like that. I might get fucked over. Let me see. It had to do with the latest announcement of a couple of what you call it, Castlevania um releases. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Mm, you know, what, let me do this through search engine. Where the hell's the mouse pointer? Okay, let me do this through the search engine because I think that the tweet that he sent out is important because it kind of goes into this same topic. All right. Okay. Uh, okay. There you go. There's the tweet right here. Right. So two games that have been released on multiple platforms over the years and now PS4 exclusive in this release. Sony fucking sucks. Now, now, like I said, you like the way I look at it like this, right? Now, Mike owns I believe he owns a PlayStation. I don't know if he owns one now, I'm fairly certain that he owns a PlayStation, right? Now, to me, if I see this news, now again, you could be a little bit upset, be like, "Oh, well, it should be for everybody or whatever." Cause I've seen other people do it. Me personally, like, why would I be upset over the news? Like me personally. Let's say the roles are reversed. Let's say this game's coming out on the Xbox, right? Why would I be upset about the news that it's coming out exclusively for Xbox? I own an Xbox. I own it. You know what I mean? Like that. I mean, I own the system, so why would I be upset? You know what I'm saying? Like, and let me just read some of the replies and shit like that. I think I might have said something. You know what I mean? Like me personally, like, I don't understand. Like he's going on about business practices and stuff like that, and I'm like, come on, dude. Like it's 2018. Like, come on, seriously, right? This has been something that's been going on for the past two generations, pretty much. You know what I mean? The main one being Call of Duty's deal with Microsoft, right? Where they had, DLC first. The game was heavily promoted on the Xbox. Like it happens. Like come on. Like to point out the to point out only one company doing this practice, to me it just shows bias on your end. It shows major bias on your end because at the end of the day, like that's like me bitching and complaining to Microsoft over what they did with PUBG, with their PUBG deal. When I'm playing fucking, when you have a game like Destiny that's like that has like 2 years exclusivity with PlayStation when it comes to like content and shit like that. Like I would feel like a dummy if I complain about that. It would be like what happened with Rise of the Tomb Raider. Like I went on here years ago, like 3-4 years ago. I said that I had no problem with the practice, and this was at a time when I didn't even own an Xbox. Like I didn't own an Xbox, and I didn't have a problem with it. Why? Because I understood that business is business. These people make these deals all the time. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? Let me see. Let me see if there's anything else. Like you said, like to me, I just don't understand. I don't understand this mentality where like, and I think I saw a comment where he said that he would prefer to play it on his Xbox. Yeah, I get it. I understand. But that's not the option right now. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna like sit back and wait for it to come on Xbox, or you're just gonna play it right now on your PlayStation? Like for me, like I guess it's just for different strokes for different folks. But me personally, if there's a game that I can play right now, I'm gonna play it right now. You know what I mean? Like for example, Session, like that skateboarding game that Microsoft showed off. I'm sure that game's coming out on PlayStation eventually. And when it comes to PlayStation, with the history of playing the Tony Hawk games and now playing Ollie Ollie, those type of games I prefer to play on PlayStation. But you think that as a gamer, you think that I'm not going to adapt and play this and not play this game on the Xbox? Okay, you damn right I'm gonna play on the Xbox because at the end of the day, I'm confident in my abilities, and two, I want to play the fucking game. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait. And to me, like, and I had this other conversation with this with another dude. I think his name is Deacon. I can't pronounce the last name of his Twitter handle. And I had a conversation with him. Like, again, I've seen him around Twitter. He seemed like a cool dude, whatever. I think he prefers PC and Xbox, which is fine. Like, no problem with that. He said that he pretty much said that he doesn't have a problem, playing games on his PS4, but he would prefer it if he would prefer it if he can play the games on PC or Xbox, right? And as far as like PC, I can understand too. I can understand that a little bit more because you get all the perks of PC gaming. That I can understand. And before people say, oh, what about people who own the X? Listen, most of these dudes were playing at 720p at the beginning of the generation. I don't want to hear shit from them. You know what I mean? You have the X, that's nice, but at the end of the day, the X is not the PS4, the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pros. At the end of the day, are just PlayStations and Xboxes. That's all they are. That's all they are. They're just PS4s and Xbox Ones. That's all they are, and they're not the majority of people who play games on these systems. They're not the majority. They're the minority. And to say that you want to play quote unquote game on the X because it'll look better, the difference is very minuscule at best, in my opinion. Just like it was with the PS4 and Xbox One. But he was saying that if he was saying pretty much I'm paraphrasing here, but he was pretty much saying that, oh, like, if I had if I didn't have to play on the PS4, if I didn't need to play on PS4, I wouldn't play on the PS4. And I'm like, then why do you have the system then? Then why do you have the system? Because at the end of the day, if you didn't have if you're only going to play exclusives on the console, you're not giving the console a fair shake. I learned that earlier on with my Xbox One. Like, if I only play exclusives on there, then how am I giving the console a chance? Excuse me. Like, I own like 4 or 5 multiplats on the system. You know what I mean? I have other games that are exclusive, but I think the vast majority of the games I have are exclusive. But at the end of the day, like, I play when I buy consoles to use them. I buy consoles to play them. I don't just buy consoles just to have them. And some of these dudes treat it as such, and that, to me, that's weird to me. You're spending all this money on these consoles. I figured you would at least use it at least once in a while. You know what I mean? Like for me, like most of the games I play are on PlayStation, right? Like, for Pro Evolution Soccer, I play that on my PlayStation. You know what I mean? Because I'm familiar with the controls. Plus, unlike the Xbox version, the PS4 version can get these install kits where you can put real life, teams and jerseys and shit like that, kits in a soccer term, into the game. You can do that. You can't do that on the Xbox version, right? But okay, so I play PES, right? So ideally, at least in my mind, I would be like, okay, if I wanted to play FIFA, I should play on the Xbox. You know what I mean? Like, it could, it'll feel completely different. It definitely, it's a different experience, and it gives me something to do on my Xbox. Same thing goes for any game that I'm not 100% sure about, like games like that aren't like for Far Cry, for example. Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 is my first Far Cry game, right? I have it on PS4 now, but pretty much when I was at the store, I was trying to figure out which version of the game should I get, and pretty much I just pulled out a quarter out of my pocket and flipped the coin. Pretty much that's all I did. And I'm gonna do the same thing with Soul Calibur because I own the first Soul Calibur on the Xbox via backwards compatibility. So it's like, so like I said, it's not a guarantee that I'll buy on the Xbox, but I'll definitely consider it. Definitely will consider it. You know what I mean? Like, and to me, that's just how I am. You know what I mean? Me personally, if I buy a console, if I wanted to you know if I wanted to experience a console, I would do research on it and then I would buy it. You know what I mean? That's just how I am. I don't know how you guys are, but that's just how I am. So like I said, I don't have no problem with Mike. I'm cool with Mike, but to me, I just found this tweet to be this weird to me, especially since you own the PlayStation. Like again, you don't have to like the practice, but you have to have the same energy when it comes to this type of practice. Because, like you said, you're complaining about this while PlayStation gamers are still waiting for PUBG. Right? They're not getting Session at launch. They're not. I don't think they're getting Ashen. They're not getting Cuphead. They're all those five studios that Microsoft bought. The PlayStation games aren't getting these games no more. You know what I mean? So what is there to complain? Why is this such a big deal? Like again, okay, maybe I can understand it from the aspect of these two games being released on multiple platforms or whatever. All right, so what? Street Fighter Five will release on multiple. Street Fighter games have been multi-plat for years. Excuse me. Street Fighter has always been multi-plat. Tomb Raider has been multi-plat. You know what I mean? For multiple years. Didn't stop companies from making games exclusive. Is this the world we live in? And to me, like, and to get so hell bent out over it, this doesn't make it to me. This doesn't make any sense, especially if you own the console. It makes no sense to me. But all right, so let me get back to the main point of this. Right? Stop. Where do I stop? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, there you go. Okay, now back to the come full circle. Right? At the end of the day, never let brand loyalty keep you away from great games, right? If you want to play a great game and you have the money and you have the disposable income and you have the opportunity to buy the console. Play your console, right? Me personally, I will never ever have this mentality where brand loyalty will keep me away from playing great games. Never, never, ever, 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 never. And shout out to MBG for realizing that. You know what I mean? Hell, for me, I from some of the videos I've seen from him, I can tell that he wanted to play some of these PlayStation exclusives. Right? Just like I can tell when Iron Wolf wanted to play these games. Like you could tell. You could tell that some dudes would love to play these games on another platform, but they can't because of some type of brand loyalty or loyalty to a group of fanboys and shit like that. You can tell. And the way I could tell with Iron Wolf was when they bought out Shenmue 3. When that was bought out on the PlayStation stage, when everyone thought that game was gonna be PS3 exclusive, that dude went nuts. He was so pissed off over a game that he loved that he's saying, "Oh, fuck Sony, I'm never buying the game no more," and this and that and stuff like that. And I'm like, "Yo, this dude's overreacting because at the end of the day, he wants to play the game, but it's not coming on Xbox. At least at the time, we all thought it wasn't coming out on Xbox. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like some of these dudes, they take these console war shit so too far, man. Like at the end of the day, man, they're toys. They're toys for adults, pretty much, man. Like again, I don't have a problem with preference. Everyone has a preference. I have a preference, but at the end of the day, that's not gonna stop me from playing great games. Never have, never will. Absolutely not. Can't happen, man. I'm 32 years old. I'm too old for this shit, man. I'm too old for this, man. Like 32 years old, man. Like I'm too old to be that loyal to a brand where I will actively not play games that I want to play. Can't do it, man. Can't do it. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the video, man. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Devil Shooter. Thank you so much for watching, man. Like, comment, subscribe. And this will be 186. I'm out. Peace.